Hey there, it's Mike. Welcome one, welcome all to another Sisyphean Tangent, and this is not going to be the weekly installment. This is just a quick day before episode to kind of fill you in on something that I've really appreciated over the last year. A couple things actually. So first and foremost, I have a pre-release tomorrow with my friends. So first of all, you see pre-release and a couple sub boosts. You're like, well, what are these doing over here? So this I'm going to use an opportunity to prop out my local game store. By local, I mean I drive out of my way for it, so I like it. So you only narrow where I'm at a little bit. But Pandemonium Games and Hobbies in Garden City, Michigan. So these are the prize support because I pre-ordered a pre-release. Since the pandemic, we have not been doing pre-releases in person, unfortunately, at our comic shop. So they've been including prize support the whole time at really no additional charge. So props to Pandemonium. Secondly, another thing, same game store's been doing, is that when I pre-order 6, which is 6 packs inside, so 6 times 6, 36, same as a booster box, they've been including the buy a box promo, which I think is awesome because what it's allowed me to do and what I'm doing tomorrow is get together with 6 of my friends and play a pre-release tournament and play for the buy a box promo. Last couple times I even threw in a couple extra, cheap bulk rare prizes for fun that were from the set, foils, just having fun with my friends, which is something I've missed for quite a long time. The pre-release experience, I really love it. I wish I could get back to pre-release leagues. However, and actually, I suppose third prop out, this time around, I found when I looked at my buy box promo that I've got a Mind Stone in here. So this is some kind of promo, maybe like a Friday Night Magic, but I see that it's 2021, not 2022. Everybody get used to their years now. So I think this is just kind of an extra promo that they threw in for me. And yay, thank you again, Pandemonium Games and Hobbies, Garden City, Michigan. If you don't know of them, check them out. So what this video is really about, I am 2.5 minutes into this. I haven't even mentioned it. I'm so great at this content creation. But sometimes when you get foils that you're super appreciative of like these, you take them home, you want to put them in your deck, and you get what we like to call Pringles. So today I'm going to show you something I learned recently, or not recently, about a year ago from Assembling Tron. I'm going to link the video below, and it works. It's a great technique to turn your Pringles, which is what I'm going to do with this thing, into something that actually worked for you. So you can grab some kind of cylinder or something like this. But Assembling Tron happened to have Steve Jackson Games zombie dice. Very fond of the game, by the way. Good recommendation. Great game to sit around and play with people while waiting for, everyone to show up for D&D or Munchkin or whatever your flavor happens to be. So, I'm ripping it. This is a new setup. I'll show you what I mean by that in a moment, unfortunately. I decided to start things really new for y'all. Kind of like, did I do it the way I didn't expect to? All right. So anyhow, a cylinder. You could use PVC pipe or whatever, I'm sure, but mention that this radius, I suppose, works. Well, radial, whatever. I suck at those. But you see what I have here is something else people always complain about is Pringles. Secret layer drop. So these are the bottom of the secret layer stained glass Pringles. You see that's still a little warped. However, what I want you to know is what this guy looked like a moment ago. I meant to grab this ahead of time. Can I grab it quickly enough? Probably not. I meant to grab another one that looked something that was right next to him in the bio, which was, it looks worse than either of these. Like this might look like a Pringle to you, but this guy, a about 45 minutes ago. So that was only in there for about 45 minutes. He looked worse than this guy. Now, what's going to happen to him is he's actually going to slowly get his Pringle back. And the reason this happens in the first place is that the front face of the card actually has some kind of metal alloy. I don't know, one of my mechanical engineering friends are going to be upset with me for not knowing how to phrase that exactly. But this is card stock. Usually it's all card stock, but to get your shiny foil effect, you got to have some sort of metal involved. So what happens is that the two sides are actually different materials. So just humidity in the air, as these age, they don't age the same way. Think about your old houses creaking and cracking, expanding, contracting. And what happens is that they don't expand and contract the same way. The metal doesn't want to contract. The cardstock wants to shrink up. And so now we got a Pringle, and it gets used to that. So can't do much about it, right? You're just screwed. So the old school way, and I still do this, is, just put them in a really tight case, put them under a stack of books, something like that. This is a deck I built for my friend recently. I love to use Ultimate Guard boulders because these things are really tight, and I double sleeve, and between the two, it gets them pretty close, but it doesn't really do the job. So what we can do, all I did with this is, in fact, a new piece of tape here, is folded over a piece of construction paper, took a Ultra Pro sleeve, some shipping tape, that, need another piece for the back there, slapped it on there. And then once that reusable construct is placed, by the way, but when I say reusable, I told you this is new. My old one's beat, falling apart. Just kept putting tape over tape. This thing is nasty. I even tried to fix those weird corner-to-corner warps, but I don't think I quite had it right. I don't know. I didn't spend a lot of time on that. So, anywho, take this guy. You wrap him around the zombie dice. Now, I'm actually going to get low here, because what I do is I like to set the zombie dice thing down so I can make sure this guy is flat at the bottom. I hope I angled that well, because I'm actually at eye level with this thing now, so don't mess this all up. Slap that tape around there. So now, I'm just going to let this sit. I found that it's actually best to let this guy sit overnight, because again, he's not bad. He's kind of staying flat. This was about 45 minutes. But if you leave this thing on, you put it on in the evening, and you leave it till the morning, then you're actually solid. Like, it's good. I'll take them off. They'll be curved the opposite way. I'm like, oh, I broke my card. Oh my God. And then it just kind of flattens right out, because it still kind of has that natural tendency it did before. But now what happens is holding it in place. It's kind of like a long stretch for a muscle. It allows that piece that had given up to have time to adjust to being in that other position, and it allows it to get used to being in a flat shape. And I mean, I was a little skeptical at first, but I don't know what to tell you, it works. So what I'm going to do when I make my weekly video tomorrow, we'll be opening a Neon Dynasty set booster box, not either of these, but set booster box, because nobody responded in the previous comments to let me know whether that one or Strixhaven. I am going to start it off by showing you what this one's all about. Film this on Friday night, and I will let you know exactly how long it's been sitting when I show it to you tomorrow, and we're going to see what happens. You'll see it's probably a little bit curled, and it's probably going to fold back over, and I'm going to show you what happened to Mr. Domry as well. Well, I hope you all have a great Friday. I am looking forward to tomorrow. I hope you all have something great planned for the weekend as well. This is Mike for Sisyphean Tangents, and until the next one.